this, but like, most event promoters here in Durban are too shady.
Well
like,
done.
Thank you for so shady. It's a matter of communication, dog. Like, okay, I know we agreed on this. Now I can't do this. I'm sorry. Maybe next time, you know what, we can do better. Then the relationship keeps going.
Hey, Tola, what's happening, good people? Welcome to the very first episode of TMM Season 4. It's been a minute. A lot has changed. It's been a while, but it's time now. It's time. We're here. You know, a lot has changed. We've gone from the Music Mag to the Media Meltdown. I'm not rolling alone anymore. I'm rolling with the one and only Bianca Dlamini. B, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show.
I'm here, guys. I'm so excited. My Dlamini wenu usefikile usekangako yebo.
Yeah. A lot has changed, guys. But yeah, I think it's for the betterment of the show.
So why the Media Meltdown?
The Media Meltdown, you know why?
Why?
Because we are about to incinerate the media game worldwide.
Okay.
Worldwide. But guys, you know how we do it, you know? We've got to have a guest. And I think we've got an amazing guest today. Mm-hmm. Rapper, you know, beat killer.
Yeah.
Drip your cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, she's done competitions. You know, she's worked with the best. And I think we should just introduce her and be like, yo, what's up, Nelz?
What's up? Hola, eight. What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm good. It's been a long time coming.
Been a long time
coming.
I'm so glad you're the one that said that because it feels like I say it at the beginning of every episode.
It's
been a long time coming.
No, it literally has.
Yeah.
Literally. It's good to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, you know. She's been ready to shoot. She's like, yo, we need to get Nelz in here. What's going on?
Yeah.
I've been ready. Anyway.
I
but
know.
yeah, timing.
Timing. It's all about timing. But yeah, I think let's just kick it off straight away, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll just get straight into it because we all want to know about Nelz and what she's been up to, you know? But I think the best place to start is yesterday you were shooting a music video.
Yeah, I was shooting a music video yesterday. With the Dando, the rapper, P-Dog, Celestial Mike.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, a whole bunch of niggas from Durban.
Yeah.
Mac 11 were there.
Sure.
It was shot by Isaac.
Yes.
Media Beyond Vision. So yeah, it's a song that we recorded like 2 weeks ago. But we just at that thing of like, you know what, let's record music and just put it out, guys. Why are we hogging music?
Yeah, don't
No, yeah. So even the video in Jade was like impromptu. Just park 2 cars there, shoot.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. But it was fun.
That's dope. But yeah, I think a lot of people, like you said off air, she did mention this is like her first podcast.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah, TMM, let's go.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people want to know about basically your background, you know, like where you're from and how this journey started.
Okay, my background. I was born emceeing, actually. Yeah. I was born emceeing, and then at the age of 2, I moved here to KZN, in the South Coast, Umgababa, and that's where I grew up with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Sorry, Msinga is North Coast.
North Coast, yeah, like super North Coast.
Yeah.
Shires, I forget.
Yeah.
So that's where my maternal side is Msinga, and then I moved here when I was 2, South Coast, Umgababa, and then I grew up with my grandmother and my aunts from the paternal side. And basically, fast forward, I never thought to go to Ula Brad, like ever.
Yeah.
I was like an academic kid.
Yeah.
I went to Warner Beach Primary. I went to
Oh snap!
Yeah, I went to Toti High. So it's like the whole time. But I've always loved music, and I've always enjoyed, like, the aunts used to play like, Ngabo Sunday makes it a match. Yes, I think
Slow jam.
Yeah, I think Baba Shawi Adola.
Yeah.
So they always used to play music, and I always used to enjoy it. And then at the end of the day, you used to sing my love song. So when I was in Ghana, you know what I mean? So I used to catch on to songs easily. I had a songbook for it. But then it was only in varsity. I used to write poetry a lot. But it was only in varsity where I met like other dudes that produced, where I recited a poem on a beat. And then I was like, actually, you know what? maybe we
the way
can
to
do
go.
this music thing.
What were you studying in varsity?
Mechanical engineering.
What?
So I'm actually an engineer.
A
Yeah.
proper academic.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got 2 engineers in here,
Yeah.
by the way.
Baby.
If y'all didn't know, Benson is a qualified engineer.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also that was like really just for
degree
the parents,
sake.
to be
Yeah.
quite
Yeah,
honest,
yeah,
because
yeah.
music caught me the first year of varsity.
Yeah.
And literally I was like, am I still gonna do 2 more years of mechanical engineering when I now know what I want to do?
Yeah.
So, but it was like, and you know what? Because of music,
Let's get this done first.
Let's get this done
Yeah.
first, and then focus on that. So it was just really for that sake, and I thank them because like sometimes COVID isn't a cool
Yeah.
in the music space,
Yeah.
and it was good to have something to fall back on.
And I think COVID like slowed you down personally because your trajectory was just like, even now though, like you know, you were really on the move, you know, but
Yeah, actually.
everyone had a problem.
It slowed
with COVID.
everyone down.
Yeah. And like, you say you were, now I know Winter Beach Primary because I'm
Yeah.
from the south as well, you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised Chad doesn't know Nelz because he went to Toti High, right?
Yeah?
He went to Toti High, yeah. But my thing is like, so you were in Fume, right?
Yeah,
you were based in Fume, and then you would obviously travel to school to Winter Beach.
Yes, Malume.
Oh yeah. How was the transition from Mfume to Uzofunda, obviously in a white dominated school, you know what I mean, where obviously you know how it all changes. How was that for you like back then?
To be quite honest with you, it wasn't that much of a transition because like the same things that I was doing in the Ngasekaya, like playing, going to the grounds or whatever, like I was doing the same thing, maybe in a sense of a team. They did kind of create that separation when I went back home, though, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Because manje, the kids, obviously now,
Exactly.
so in a way, I started like, I think in high school, I started just being more like caved in. I didn't go out more because you'd just be like, subject
odd one
one
out.
out, and like for no reason. You think you're better than everyone just
Yeah.
because maybe you're trying to correct them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just kept to myself, I think, from high school. But that's the only difference. So I only got to really just be myself when I was in school, and hence I really enjoyed being at school.
Okay, so I was reading your bio, and I just
Yeah.
want to go back to something because we went all the way to Mfume, but we didn't like talk about why we went to Mfume. So in your bio, it mentioned something about your mother not being present, and I just wanted us to discuss that kancane, because the reason why I'm bringing this in, usually it's always men that are being put in the spotlights about being absent in our lives and stuff like that. But I've also been hearing this narrative a lot lately of women just not being present. So I want to know from you how, like, what was the setup, kahle, and then if you feel that it's influenced you or the way that you are right now, like, does it have any correlation?
It definitely does.
Yeah.
And you're right. As we were discussing this during Father's Day, I think it's okay. It's like everyone not ready to have this conversation about
women,
absent mothers.
Yeah.
So but I think in my case, my parents had me very young.
Okay.
So my mom was in grade 11, I think. Yeah, when she had me. So she was in grade 11, and she grew up. Guys, M singer. Ooh. Like,
yes.
So she was in trouble, like with my grandfather.
Yeah.
Of course,
So she was in deep trouble. So I think when she gave birth to me, because I think when she told me the story, Footnam, I was like, oh, you know what? I actually can't understand. So her father told her, you know what? I'm not going to send you back to school because now you have a kid. Right?
Yeah.
So when you so the only like thing that she had to do was, my grandmother was like, you know what? If you are having problems because of your father, you can gladly, bring Nelly this side. So that's what my paternal grandmother said.
Okay.
So she gave me to Gogo, and it was mainly for that, so she could continue schooling. But then once she was done with school, she just never came back.
Okay.
So but that was the setup in the beginning.
Excuse me, guys.
Woo!
Woo! I don't know what's
Right?
going on.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've drank enough water. I'm good now. I'm good now. I'm back. Yeah.
Back. Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah, I'm back.
So yeah, it's good to worry. But
So,
so that's how I got to come in full, man.
Yeah.
But then obviously now I guess I think she grew up. She went to Joburg. She had more kids, and then it was just like going. And she's just never like came back in a sense. But now we kind of have a relationship.
How did that start?
So it started by she won what TV.
Oh, wow.
I was about to ask. Could it be the success?
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't want to put it like that.
Yeah.
So one Monak TV, and then she made contact with my grandmother. So my grandmother's like, "Hi, Mark was talking to you." I'm like, "Oh wow," So that's how it started. And now for the longest time, I won't lie, I was angry. Like I was furious,
very angry.
And you were asking about like how did it influence me?
Yeah,
it influenced me in a way that I did not want to fail. Like I could not fail.
Yeah,
because I did not want to be like. Also like having kids, like I'm like, at an age where I should be thinking about it, but like I'm so scared because I don't want to be
disappointing. Basically,
as like
you don't want to disappoint somebody.
Exactly. So it kind of shaped. Yeah, well, how I grind as well, because I also have a younger brother, and she kind of abandoned both of us. So I always just need to keep pushing.
So have you and your mom had that conversation? You go to your So how's it like? What are you guys doing? And then it's just like, let's have Nando's.
The thing is that.
Like, what's happening?
No, I was just saying the other day, we could see. I was so angry at some point, because when I used to talk to her, like she used to just like talk like as if
everything's cool.
But then I realized at some point, you sometimes you just need to forgive someone without them having saying sorry. You know what I mean? Because you can see that they're now trying, to have a relationship. Maybe it'll come up one day, but it's not something that I'm like, okay,
really
now let's talk about it now.
Really,
the answers that are going to come from that, what are they going to change? You know what I mean? So let's just move forward. And so it was just like that. I'm also not a very confrontational person because I just hate.
It's just so much energy. But like you spoke about like absent mothers actually being a thing. And like obviously being a female and obviously wanting your mom to be there all the time, like how big is the conversation? Like you're a mother as well, like how big is the conversation when it comes to mothers missing? You know the story, like guys always have this thing of everything is highlighted, what you do wrong is always highlighted. How big is that conversation for you especially? It's not big at all, because you know what, the grandmothers are covering up for the mothers. The aunts are covering up for the mothers. So with the guy, it's more like the aunts and the grandmother are attacking the guy. But with the girl, they always cover up. They'll cover up. So,
but it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had, because there's a lot of that happening. In fact, like sometimes I even start thinking there may be more women abandoning their kids than there are men abandoning their kids. There's more men now that I hear saying, like I haven't been able to see my child because Umawake is fighting using the child, or like I've been paying child support or whatever for a child that's not even mine. Like, and you're like, okay, guys, there's a whole thing that's being covered up here where we just don't want to talk about the sins of women. But for real. It's the real, and it's really chat, such a problem, because if you look at the role of women in society, they actually are the ones shaping the men that we have now. So back then, up until now, like with me, when I'm talking to my son, I'm very conscious of the fact that this is a future man that's going to be in society. So there's certain ways that we need to deal with things, and we cannot keep covering up for women. It's definitely a conversation that needs to be had more. So that's why I had to ask you. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be spicy.
It's not even spicy.
What's dope? What I really.
I think it's the first time I actually talked about it.
Oh yay!
TMM, come on.
Guys are gonna make me cry by the end of this show, I swear.
But the fact that you're willing to forgive, like, is also like I think a very big factor in a lot of things. I think we hold on to things a little bit too long, But like your career from Emangosu too, you know, you studied music in 2013. 2013 you started recording music, but you were moving at the Bad Center around 2010.
I was learning the game that
You're
time.
learning the game.
That's when the bug caught me that time. I was attending hip hop shows. I was
they were so nice at that time.
Yay!
Can I tell you something? As a hip hop fan, there was one era I was just not about, like the crumping, because I'm a terrible dancer, you know, and I wanted to be a part of it as well.
Oh no, I don't want to.
I feel like
so keen.
I just admired it from afar.
I feel like with crumping, you don't even need to know how to dance because it's about stumping. Just have anger, and as a black man, you should be able to crump. It should come
it's
naturally.
An emotional thing.
Yeah, it should come naturally, you know?
Yeah. So like at that time, like obviously the landscape of music has changed a lot. Like I still remember back in the day, Sky Wonder was still rapping at that time.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Lex LaFour was there as well.
Sure.
You know, looking back, like obviously now you're a very, very critical part of the growth of this art space, you know. Like looking at the time, what can you say you took from back then and brought with you to the music now? Because I always say, like, even Usbu, when I speak to Usbu, he's like, Itak, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's never like, oh, okay, you're pretty, whatever, when I put makeup on, you know what I mean? Your music really has, like, it's still, I still feel like I've got the rapper and I've got an artist in one, you know what I mean? What did you take from back then?
What I took from back then was the culture, and more than anything, the raps, standing for like the raps, bro. If I say I'm a rapper, I need to, you know, I need to rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All the extra stuff that came along with, like, obviously now, I think when we were attending with Pet Center, it wasn't so much about the image, or no one was studying branding or like focusing on that part. We were just focusing on the art. It's okay, we are trying to finesse, you know, this. We have hip hop shows, you battling who, you know what I'm saying? We were all trying to finesse the art. And that's what I took from that era. Uguti, I don't want to be really known for a lot of things, but raps and melodies. Music fits. And I try my best to not mix it too much with the theatrics, and of course gotta brand a certain way, but I don't want it to be too far off from music. Now next thing you know, I'm trending for like something else when I'm a rapper.
You keep it very clean though, like you keep it very clean on the socials, like
I try. It's not even about trying, but I'm naturally like that. I don't text like a lot. I'm the person that I'd rather, like, you know what, I don't get the tone of this text, I'm calling you.
I'm calling you. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
Like, what are you trying to say? So I'm not really too much on like type and posting like tweets and stuff. Sometimes I post a long tweet and then I delete it. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like I think it goes back to the point of just hating being misunderstood. So I don't want to say something and then someone else has the same problem that I have of misreading.
And I think as well, like we were speaking off air before you guys got here, and we were saying like how sensitive everything is now. You know, like there's certain things you can't say, there's certain words you can't use in a certain context. You know,
you'll get cancelled.
You'll definitely get cancelled, and that cancel culture thing. I don't know. I think we can cancel culture when it comes to like really terrible stuff. But like, I would hate to be cancelled. You know, I love what I'm doing.
But for me, like that's also a very huge chat like that we still need to have. Yeah. Everybody's just become so sensitized, and if you think about it, it really is about social media. It's social media that has sensitized all of us. Before, we've always had homosexual people. We've always had black people, white people, Indian people. We've always known that there's a dislike between Indians and black people and white people. Like, we've always known this.
There's always been that.
Like, there's always been that. But now it's like so highlighted. And I'm like, guys, so me now I must start thinking about things that I say. So how genuine am I actually? Like, now I must think of my delivery. So how genuine is it actually? Yeah. What am I putting out there? And that for me is a huge problem. Yeah. Like, how do we now like carry on being genuine without like thinking, oh, I'm gonna offend this person? Mina, I'm of the belief that not even the belief, this is who I am and this is what I'll always stick by. Uguti, I'm going to say what I need to say. I always have good intentions and pure intentions at heart. Anybody who actually knows me knows that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to really care how the next person is going to take it. That's up to you. I know that there's certain songs that were released like years ago and I was like, I don't like that song, it's trash. Because I didn't relate to it then. Now I'm like, damn, that's a good song.
Yeah.
So for people as well, when they actually catch on to what I was saying years later, it's fine. I'm not gonna now start refining everything I say just to please everyone.
Everybody,
because you cannot please anyone. That's just the honest truth. So tweet, do whatever you need to do. Don't confine yourself because really you're hurting yourself. People, you'll never please anyone. Even what you're tweeting right now is not pleasing everyone. You've got haters for nothing.
I'd rather just say it in a song, I guess.
I was about to ask you that. It's like all these restrictions that we all facing. Like this is just beyond the artist level, but just like Bianca was saying now, everything is like so sensitized. Has that affected your music though? Like, how's that? Not at all.
No, I think that's the safe space where I can just like go
say whatever I want.
Yeah. And then I can push the music on.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that, not at all, not at all. That's like the one space where I can just be myself and say what I want to say, however I want to say it. And I don't censor that.
And that's very interesting for me. Like we were saying now, like how she keeps like your social media very clean. It makes me wonder, how big's your team?
Very small team actually. I have a very small team. I think it's 7 people.
7 people.
Yeah, that's a small team.
No, it is.
We need to work.
No. It is. It's a small team. It's a small team because like here I'm talking about producer, engineer, manager, road manager. Yeah, well he has many roles. Road manager, and then I have video guy and admin. Basically that, but this is a very small team because I still feel like I'm doing a lot, making sure everyone is like good. But I feel like that never ends. Also, so it doesn't matter how big your team is. You're always gonna just want to know, like you're always
what's happening and what's going on.
Can I ask something? When did you start having a team? After how long of being in the game did you think, as in singing as somebody to do my admin, singing as somebody to plan my trips? How long did it take you?
I feel like when I got into the space of music, there was this record label, MS Grave. I won't mention the name because they're not worth the airtime. Trust me.
You don't want to give them no props. I feel
none
you.
whatsoever.
I feel you.
So I was already like making music under that setup. Yeah. So I knew that even though I'm myself and I'm Nelz, I come and I record, but there's someone who's gonna submit this here. That's the structure of that label. Yeah. So I knew I was always under that sort of structure. But when I figured out that this is not working, I then figured out that if I'm gonna go independent, I'm gonna need a similar structure. Yeah. So I just kept everyone that was close to me at the time, and luckily they all believed in me as well. So it's family and friends, and colleagues that we've started recording with, like since way isenza ilokhuza cardboard sets cardboard to fake some sponge sundays. That was our booth. So I kept the same guys, and we just like, you know what, this is not working out, let's just come together and try and make this happen. And luckily everyone was about it
because like as well, I'm seeing obviously the stuff that you're doing on socials, and I know a few of the guys that Nelz is working with currently. It makes me wonder, just if I look at the people you've worked with, like the stuff you've been doing in the past few years, obviously sharing stages with people like AKA, RIP AKA, A-Phase, and that was a big hit for the game.
Justice for AKA EP, guys. Like, where's the justice, guys?
It's just like, I feel like, what the thing is for me? I feel like everybody is just busy, we want justice, you know what I mean? But are you gonna not go to work to push a campaign?
I'm not gonna not go to work, but at least tweet. Campaign. Like nobody's tweeting, everybody's just quiet now, and like everyone's just forgotten.
Exactly, but senzo meyiwa.
nje.
Just
Yeah, you know, kubuhlungu khona, but uzowenzani?
What are you gonna
Uzowenzani
do?
ngampela?
Yeah.
Have you ever been approached though by like these majors to kind of like sign under them? I know for a fact you have, especially after the show and everything. Why not?
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for me in Ndlela, the way the contracts were set up, I guess. When someone wants to control your finances now, that's kind of weird for me.
I want to have my own.
Explain that in detail for somebody who's never been approached before and probably wants to approach a label. Like, what is there to look out for in a contract?
I think being approached by a label, you have to look at the finances more than anything. The distribution. What is it what percentage is going back to them? What are they providing you with? I'd rather you go to a label with you know you already have the product and it's just like a deal on your terms of how they're gonna maybe push the products and how everyone can benefit from just this product. Yes, the distribution more than anything. So if they're coming in and they're telling you they're gonna give you studio time, okay, you want the best hotel? No problem. They give it to you. You want this? No problem. But then at the end of the day, the money you making will all cover firstly cover that,
those costs,
and then you know what I'm saying.
Like
So
an advance
it's just
in a sense.
There's no bad contract as such, but it's just what are you willing to give up so that you can make it work. And for me, it didn't make sense with what I was doing at that time, and I'm already doing my own distribution with the Africori. So what they were saying that they were gonna do is really nothing new.
Yeah, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now at what cost? You know what I mean? So it was just like, nah.
I see. Never thought of starting your own label though.
I do. I mean, I have Isnandi Management, which runs like a label. To be quite honest with you, because I'm signed to Isnandi Management, and my distribution is through Isnandi Management as well. So any deal that we make as well it's like, I'm managing a
holding
myself.
group, kind of.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like a label setup, but I'm not at the level where I'm like signing people or anything like that. It's just me right now.
Yeah. And then like we were speaking with Bianca as well. It's just like the lack of like FMCs in the city. It's dry out here, guys. It's dry out here. There's not enough like female MCs. But like as someone that's in the space, like are you messing with any female MCs from the city? If you know,
are there any?
There's quite a few. There's quite a few. There's quite a few.
Please enlighten us.
There's female DJs as well. I know there's a lot of female DJs. You get female hip hop DJs. Ozida, or I think Cindy Black as well.
Yeah, she's
there's
nice.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few. And then when it comes to female MCs, Icon are we lacking. But you know the guy, the lady she was popping, she's also from Informe. She was on a track with those Saga and Duncan and whatnot. She's actually quite dope.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody knows
but
her
the
name.
fact that
that's my thing. I'm like, if we don't know your name,
are you
really there? But there is quite a few. Like I'm sure. I think as well. Like with Durban, I feel like the hip hop scene, not just the hip hop scene, just musically, I feel like there was a bit of a reset. With like a lot of people experimenting with like Yanos and all that. So like you can't really now say artists are just making hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like, because female rappers, like, who do you know?
I know Nelz now. I know Lex LaFoy. And then I know Bad Milk, who's now in Joburg. And it's just like, who else? I genuinely don't know about anybody else.
Why not Joburg? Why not Joburg?
Why not Joburg?
Yeah.
I've had so many like thoughts about that.
Moving that side.
But with me, it's all about stability. I guess I know the benefits of what it would do for me to be that side 24/7, but I don't want to haphazardly move that side without like a concrete plan. Until I'm making certain figures off of music every month, then I'll decide moving to Joburg. But if I can still go there to push and then come back as well and grind the side, because it's good. So I've got a lot of things going on here this side as well, and I can't really afford right now where I'm at to be in Joburg full time. But I'm always there, like every now and then.
So what's the landscape between the difference between gigging and being a female MC in Durban and Joburg versus Joburg? Like,
okay,
what's it like?
I'm not even getting that much in my own city in Durban, to be quite honest with you.
I don't think
And
there's
I don't know
enough.
why.
Problem.
I don't
And
think
I
there's
don't
enough
know why.
gigs though.
I don't know why. There's not enough gigs.
I feel like hip hop is not getting. You know when they had the Cotton Fest, right? There's another event that they had that was very controversial. I forgot, man. I think it's Durban Hip Hop Fest. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, very controversial. You know.
Durban Hip Hop Festival.
And then I feel
Youth
That got
Festival.
cancelled, didn't it?
I
Yeah.
feel so, yeah. And I just feel like the gap from, you know, like events like Coach Emerson and Bad Center and then actual events, there's a major gap. We don't have anything in between where I can say I'm bringing on someone as experienced as Nelz on board, and then I've got a couple of up and coming acts. That's my biggest thing. I just feel like we've got too many Gom events, guys. Slow down with the Gom. You know? So that's why I feel like you're not getting gigs. But you're carrying on.
But that I was just trying to explain the landscape. There is none, because like Lana, I'm hardly getting gigs, and when I'm like, there's this thing about. Also, I feel like I've paid my dues.
Yeah.
You have.
I've paid my dues.
Yeah.
I used to attend a Cotton Fest for free. I used to, you know what?
I was about to say something along those
lines.
lines.
I've paid my dues, bro. Like I've made some sacrifices, or I've built relationships. I've built my brand up as well. So if I say it's okay, it's fine. In order for me to perform at the event, at least pay for a transport. You know, that's the least you could do.
But I think they should be paying you from the jump.
That's exactly know what I'm saying. But
they should be paying you from the jump.
But now the thing is, if you are in Durban and there's no gigs, Jengoba Usho, and someone comes and you can see the concept. For example, Obi Magic.
You
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Obi Magic comes to me and says, okay, you know what, Obi experience, and I want you, but I can't necessarily afford to pay your booking fee.
Yeah.
So we compromise. But now if you get someone that has that conversation with you and then you agree on that, and then they don't fulfill that agreement, which was like the bare minimum. So we just, I don't know, I'm sorry to say this, but like most event promoters here in Durban are too shady.
Yeah, very
Well
shady.
done. Thank you
It's
for
so
saying
shady.
it.
It's a matter of communication, dog. Like, okay, I know we agreed on this. Now I can't do this. I'm sorry. Maybe next time, you know what, we can do better. Then the relationship keeps going. But now, if you're gonna be shady, now you only pay me half of the thing. Now when I try and holler at you, now you're darking and dying. I'm like, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
That's the worst.
But you're out there in the stories.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
One tick, but you're out there in the comments.
Putting everything out, yeah.
Just shady. But Joburg vets, they treat you for what you're worth. I'd say that. Back to the city, like every gig I have in Joburg, they make sure that, you know what, because they recognize the art, they recognize the hard work you're putting in. Like even on sports scenes, I've partnered with the sports scene, Fila. Like there's so many. Joburg is just, they're there to hustle. They understand that you're hustling as well, and they'll give you what you're worth.
There's a lot of like shadiness in this city with regards to that, because I've also, coming from the background of music, I've had that where I'm like, you know, like you can have a few up and coming guys, you know, like just a bottle, you know, like just to say, yo, I recognize you, I can't pay you money yet, but here's a bottle, or here's seating with your team.
We
some
building.
respect.
Yeah, we're building is exactly that. That's what it is. That's what it is. And they lack. I think there's a song that I wrote.
Yeah.
It goes, "Lama chitaga shonip, I want me cash when I work so hard.
You cash.
Lama chitaga shonip, making me chase them. I work so hard. I hate it. I hate it because it's all about compromising. I understand you building as well, and if we're gonna do that in Durban together, we're gonna have to sacrifice really a lot of things. I'm not gonna expect you to pay my booking fee knowing good to be building, but it's just a conversation that is had, and then you respect that agreement.
But I feel like in Durban there's only one or two or three promoters, and then there's also like 3 or 4 club owners that own like 5 to 10 clubs each. And for me,
who's these guys that own 5 to 10 clubs?
It doesn't make sense. Like there's so much music that's out there, and if you're basically not the fact that we can go into a club like Envy and enjoy a hip hop set that's being played by Meech means that we are a market.
Yeah,
like, there's actually a market
for hip hop here. Yeah.
I've seen this with a place called Disguiser, which is in Chesterville. Have you been to Disguiser Cafe? they literally just play slow jam, guys. And if you go there now, today's Sunday, if you go there now, like it's packed and there's a proper market and people are spending proper money. So for me, it's like these promoters, they know that there's a gap, but like they only gonna go, I don't know how they work their things out, but they should be, they are the ones that should be getting or Nelz or Skindi or everybody onto lineups, even if it's Friday at Envy or Live or wherever, because where else are you guys going to perform?
Exactly.
It's the clubs. That's the only scene that we really have, unless we do our own little events, but then it's a little event and then nobody respects it and then it's not being pushed and then, it's just awkward.
And for me, like, that brings the question up that, so do you think for an artist that's really serious about making it, Joburg is the move? Because I'll tell you now, personally, as a fan of music, I've said this plenty of times on the show as well, is that I don't mess with that. Like, I feel like we have a hard time already just, getting these diamonds out of the rough, and then all of a sudden export straight out to Joburg. But do you think that is the way to go, though? Like, from an artist's perspective?
Yeah. To be quite honest, if you want to make money, if you want to make money,
we all need the money.
Yeah. Unless you're making it, you got a bag, you just having a little fun and you enjoy the amazing air that's in Durban. I love it.
The weather is amazing.
When you're coming from Joburg and you land and you could just breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you definitely need to move to Joburg if you wanna get the ball rolling.
Yeah, for sure. Because
it's not even up for debate, because the platforms that they have there, the culture, the fast pace, there's you can literally. There's how many clubs are there in
Yeah.
So what you were saying, so it's bigger. There's more for everyone, and you literally, if you are competing against that many artists, well, not really competing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you're competing against that many artists, you are literally going to be valued for your art. It's not going to be about who you know or who, you know what I mean. So that's what it's about in Joburg. I feel like you just there. If they fuck with you, they fuck with you because they really fuck with your art.
Yeah.
You don't have to
crazy.
attend. You don't attend our shows. I'm not gonna book you, dude. What do you mean I don't attend shows? I'm not that type of person that just attends shows.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I need to attend shows for you to book me. Like, what are you booking me on based on my attendance or my music? Like why are you booking me? Yeah, but like personally, I feel like this is how I'm thinking. Like, if you talk Nelz, you send an invoice, or you ask for an invoice, or whatever the case is, because you've got songs with Nadia, bruh. Like, come on, man. Like,
how was that like?
It was cool. It was cool because we were actually following each other on social media before we hit each other up about a song. So I could see, you know what? I fuck with her shit. She focused on my shit, and then I had the song Estylane, and I was just wondering who am I gonna feature on it. And I literally hit her up on the DM, and then she was like, okay, send it through. She was fucking with it. Yeah,
that easy.
So she was fucking with it as well. And then we pulled up a look, because the first time we met was when we recorded the song at the Sports Scene Studios.
Wow.
So and then after that we shot the video. Her energy is amazing. Also, she's a good person.
And that video was next level. If you haven't seen that video, I don't know what you're doing.
Shot by Media Meltdown, Isaac. It was
amazing video.
It was so dope. So that's what we did. We actually packed up the whole team from Durban. We went to Joburg and we shot, because I didn't want to use any of the Joburg guys. No, I got it. But that's what people don't understand as well. If it's push a song, then everyone gets to eat. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean Njoma now I'm doing things in Joburg. I'm not gonna necessarily bring
the Durban flavor to it.
Yes, of course, you got to bring the Durban flavor, and I think most people forget that when they get to Joburg. But why in the game so much? Now you're here at this level. At least if it's at MTV, make a petition for all of these Durban artists that are popping in Joburg to at least have a multi-choice office here. You know what? At least. You know, send
and there's a lot of cats.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats. I think it would actually be worth it, just like having something along those lines, because the excuse is always, Joburg's got SABC Studios, you know? That type of feel.
Studios. All of these companies, Def Jam, Sony, all of them could literally open offices here. Yeah. Why not? Because we incubating all the talent. 70% of the South African media industry is KZN people.
KZN, yeah.
So why? Like, make it make sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, the more they have offices here, the more platforms they'll create here that are gonna bridge that gap you were talking about.
Yeah. Now you were on a show that I dreamt of being on, man. The Hustle. Oh man, in the bathroom, in the shower, I was like, that's me. But I didn't have the balls to push it through.
Yeah.
So
season 1 was the best.
Yeah, man. Like, can I be honest with you? Like, I still mess with a lot of the acts from. Like, I don't know what happened to the winner of Flex. Was Flex in your season? Flex
No. He was in
the season
after.
Season
1 was the best.
Yeah, season 1. Season 1 was literally the best.
It had the rappers.
And I still remember, like, the females. I'm sorry to say, they were horrible, man. Like, no, I'm serious. Like,
shame, man.
You're gonna get canceled.
Shame.
Don't cancel me.
I know khona bethoyedwa Shady and Shame band. Kodwa ulokhuzana DK was there.
Decent.
DK did decent. Genius Illusion. Genius is dope. It's just that she's very musical, I think, and I think that was too,
it wasn't part of the narrative.
Yeah, so, but and then I made sure
you killed it. I'm not
was
even.
the last one standing for the ladies.
You killed the top 10 as well. Hey.
Yeah.
But like, how was that experience? Like, here you are, in a house full of dudes. First and foremost, in a sport where they think it's theirs. It's theirs for the taking. How was that experience? Because you sit there, even your judges were predominantly male. Like, how was that? How's that experience?
That was a lot, and mainly because, like, let me wind it back.
Let's do that.
So, Angiti, when we entered this competition, it was through a 30-second clip on Instagram. So, okay, I do that. I carry on about my business. I think that time I was doing in-service training for mechanical engineering. So I just recently started footy in-service training. They happy, music. I control music.
Carry on working.
And then I get the call and they're like, you're in the top 20. So can you fly tomorrow? I'm like, yes.
Yo.
Without even consulting with anyone, I'm like, yes. So I go back to my grandmother. I'm like, okay, you know what? There's this thing, Instagram. What is Instagram? I'm like, long explanation. So, okay, fast forward. I have to leave tomorrow to go to Joburg. Hey, well, who do you know in Joburg? But they flying you? Who are these people? She calls my aunts. Like, there's a whole family meeting. Uguti Nelly is leaving tomorrow, and she's not asking us.
She's telling us.
So fast forward, they all say, like, you know what? Give her the benefit of the doubt. She likes this thing, and really, she's still young. So if all else fails, she can always continue with the in-service training. So I call them, and I tell them I quit.
Really?
Yeah.
You quit? Oh, yeah, but you're going to be there for months. Yeah, you're going to be there for months.
My word.
And then, so fast forward, my first time really on an airplane even. So, okay, that whole experience in just so leading up to, the getting to Joburg, and I was, hey, boy, you know what? I'm like, I made it. Yeah. And then we get to the house, and then it's literally... We shot for 2 weeks, to be quite honest with you.
For real? Sure. The whole show?
Yeah, the whole show.
Oh, snap.
Because it was like, it plays weekly on TV, but you are literally fighting to survive like another day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if you are out, then Sasa, you go back home. I was like, what? I'm not going back home. I just told everyone.
I just quit my job.
I just quit my job. So I was fighting. Yeah. So I was fighting, and it was hard. I mean, you have to write on the spot, but it taught me a lot. Now I can make a song in like an hour. I don't have to spend too much time writing a studio. Like
that's why I wanted to say, like, the other most of the females that were on the show, especially at that time, like what we were listening to is like predominantly like your 50 Cents, your Eminem. Yeah. So when you're saying you're rapping, we expect you to rap. You're on the play. But I think the artists themselves at the time were very young, because I look at the progression as well, like yourself, everyone that was on the show that they had at the time. Well, now compared to the time, like it was a matter of growth,
Yeah, true.
It was a matter of growth.
And we had like a whole bunch of niggas in the house as well, like you were saying, egos everywhere.
Can you
imagine? Shane Eagle, guys, y'all don't know Shane Eagle.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Y'all don't wish to know.
Looks like such a
Was he feeling himself?
But I think he's grown now. Like you were saying with Tyson Kulile. Oh, alright, guys.
You weren't feeling it.
Are you
Hey, but
serious?
Nah, I did not vibe with that nigga.
One incident.
Wait, dude, relax, bro. Like yeah, good namang bathandi abantu abaphaphe kakhulu. And at that time, I was happy. Shane. So it was such a shock actually when he released music and he's like, I'm having a dream. You're like, oh, you this guy. But in the house, no, guys. So people would never believe me when I say this. But yeah, he's grown. Now, I've seen him a couple of times even after I've seen him at shows. He's chilled now. But you're in the house. You're in the stuff.
And what was it like being vetted and rated by Ostogi T and who else was
AKA.
Yeah, like,
yo, when we
JR was there.
Yeah, when we met the judges, the judges for the first time, dude, spotlight. I'm a huge fan of Stogie T. Like,
and he seems to be a big fan of yours as well.
Now we're vibing. Like we're sending music back and forth, just trying to see what we can work on as well. So at that time, dog, I was like, what? I'm gonna AKA line like AKA, AKA was.
And he used to feel himself.
You know. So it was just like it was surreal because you thinking it's okay. You know what? I'm like literally in front of my idols. You know what I'm saying?
Now the pressure's on.
The pressure's on, and imagine your idol telling you, you whack. Yo, gay, ain't gay, bro. I didn't want to have that. Yeah. So like I was pushing. So like never happened to me at any point. So I was just because even like when I did eventually leave, it wasn't because I was whack. It's just because obviously But it was a lot. It was a lot. The first day, like literally, we were surviving to stay
per day.
The next day. So everyone got there. And then from that, there was the top 15. So 5 people left the next day.
Oh my.
Dude, so you can imagine you waking up, you don't even know what's going to happen. You can't even enjoy the nice food. You can't even enjoy the pool here.
There's pressure.
There's pressure, bro. But it was fun. It was a good experience. And I learned a lot about the music business as well. So I appreciate shows like that. So I wish they come back.
I would have loved to see where that particular show would have gone, because that show there, like, I don't know if you used to watch, but with the hustle, for me, it was like, as soon as you get on there, you now have a chance to like ignite your career, you know, whether you come on 20th or you're coming first, you know what I mean?
True.
But you've been on national TV.
You've had that stage.
On national, that's insane.
True.
And then have you worked with anyone since that time?
From the hustle.
Yeah,
definitely. I've worked with Genius Illusion, one of the girls. I worked with DK as well. I've worked with Shabzi, the dreadlocks. I've worked with Tulokuza and Jimmy Wiz. I worked with Jimmy Wiz. This nigga's funny. So I worked with Jimmy Wiz and most of the guys as well. Yeah, most of the guys, because even Eric Rush. I've worked with Eric Rush. Yeah.
Eric Rush, back in Canada. Back in Canada. Can't remember what I was watching, but they were mentioning him, you know. But like now with the hustle being over, you come out of there completely different beast.
True.
You know, completely different beast. Now, do you feel like that particular? Did you ever feel at any point that, okay, you know, I was just on TV for like a good 2-3 months, you know, I've made it, or did you still feel like you had a lot more to push?
Hey, it hit me when I got back here in Durban. Hey guys, no, this is not the life. I'm coming from a hectic 2 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? And that time I was still with that label. So I was expecting them to hit the ball running with this. The moment I land, there should be something that we are doing, dog. You know what I'm saying? We must be attending shows. I just came from the hustle. I represented DBN. You know? Not more over the girls, but just Durban. So when they slacked with that, I realized I know, you know what, there's still a lot that we need to do, even in Durban as a whole. Because I was also expecting, I knew most of the promoters, like Olavi and all of them. So I was expecting like that love, you know what I mean? I just represented the city. But at the same time, I think it taught me Nginga feeling entitled.
For
sure.
Yeah, feeling entitled and just if you are I was expecting with figure I was gonna do this and that, but like I was expecting it from other people. So it taught me it's okay, you know what, there's still a long way to go, because if I want shit done, I need to kind of do it myself. Even events and stuff like that, I'm looking into it now. It's okay. Eventually, we need to create our own events. If they're not booking us, let's book ourselves.
You have to book yourself.
Facts. Now, I want to know, right? You're in a house, whole lot of dudes, like a whole lot of dudes, right? Do you feel though like it's easier for male MCs to kind of break through than it is for females?
Easier? No, I don't think so. Actually,
Good answer. Girl.
Thank you. Because I was about to dig.
Woman power.
yeah,
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I feel like we have that advantage, to be quite honest with you, as females,
because we've got ass.
That's yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
I thought you would have said because we got bars.
Okay, never mind the bars. Never mind the bars.
Never mind the bars.
Never mind the bars.
Never mind the bars. That's what we want to hear.
I
We've
know.
got Uncle
Okay, we wanna
Waffles
see
here,
what I was gonna
touring the world, and still we still.
No,
trying to
we
figure
do want to
if
see
she
that
can
that
actually
booty
DJ,
as well.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. We do
What
wanna see that.
I was gonna say though, it's like it's kind of harder for us to sustain it because we can. It's easy for us to break in with the booty, but like longevity, so because I mean you can only shake booty for so long. So you know what I mean. But I think we have a fair chance, to be quite honest with you. Just like the males, we even have an advantage, like you were mentioning, because we use our bodies.
There's more to sell.
Yeah, so when we're talking
There's
about breaking, exactly. So when you're talking about breaking,
asses, bro.
There's more to sell.
So definitely not, bruh. If we're talking about breaking through, like there's a fair chance. I feel like you can break through. You don't even have to say bad. Just yeah,
And you out there,
and then shaking that, and then shaking that, and then you out.
Yeah.
But now, can you sustain that for a year?
You
It's another
can't.
story.
No, you really cannot. You really cannot, because I think with like I think you're a very big music fan. Like when you listen to it, you wanna. Okay,
I'm very quick, like
you know.
I'm gonna cancel you even if you're my friend. Like if you're not delivering, don't call yourself a hip hop artist and you can't rap. Like like don't do it. Just call yourself an artist or whatever, and like it's fine. Work on your craft till such time that like for real. Till such time that like there's people right now that are huge that I don't really listen to, and they're my friends.
Yeah.
If it's not resonating with me at the time, and I'm just not feeling your beats and I'm not feeling your lyrics, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not there for that. I'd rather like post about some guy that I found on Spotify, or there's actually some other guys that I know that are like underground but are way better than what we have mainstream right now, and that's what I listen to.
What do you guys think causes that though? Like, you know, you like that having guys like on Spotify or up and coming that we don't know about, but there's this same exact person on the other side who's the polar opposite, you know, not delivering the bars or whatever the case may be, that makes you feel like they're not the one, you know? What do you think creates that though? Is it like the team behind the guys, the PR?
Definitely the team marketing.
Marketing.
Because you can sell garbage.
From a mile away. Also,
As long as you know exactly who you're selling it to and you have a market for it, then it gets to the market. Then that's what sets it apart. I feel like you know.
And I feel like even equally, that's how they they thrash us in a way. If you look at it, the world we're living in now, everything is about aesthetics. So there's some guys here in Durban that are so dope, but a poster to the event doesn't look nice.
Oh, please don't go
How
there.
they actually look on
When you
stage
post
is
that
not
shit.
nice. Like your appearance is just not cutting it. And it's branding is the issue. Like so for me, I think we are very chilled when it comes to us, like Tegwini, and some other people even. Like they're very chilled about something that's actually very important. So it might not be important to you as an artist, but it is something that you need to keep in mind. If you're trying to push yourself and take yourself out there, people are going, as much as they'll probably be hooked by the sound, but they're going to need to see how you look at some point, and that might even throw them off because aesthetically everything needs to be pleasing. That's just the world we're in. Like guys even marry girls just because they look good on Insta. Like what? So
That is a binding contract. Marriage.
yes,
That's a binding one.
but that's what people do, and like aesthetics is a big thing, and that's where people like we being thrashed. I'm not going to attend an event where a poster icon is like all over the place. Like
For me, it's not even like what's on the poster. It's the resolutions, man. You know, like give me like a 4K picture, bruh. You know, can't be out here trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
and they take it lightly.
Yes, that thing is very important.
You need to pay for that also. So it's okay to have a job. If you're an artist, it's okay to have a job so you can pay for these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have a hustle that's gonna feed your main hustle so that eventually you can leave you know what I'm saying? But now, hey, I'm an artist now, okay, I'm an artist, okay. But now you can't afford, you know, a good picture for artwork, you can't afford to, you know what I'm saying? You can't afford studio time. And these things need money. It's okay to have a job.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I think the do-it-yourself culture is like gone a little bit overboard, you know, like you can do your stuff on Canva, but you know, a graphic designer is just gonna be another ball game. They studied this whole thing, and I'm one of those people that was like, I got Canva now for free, and then as soon as I download the image, it looks amazing on the PC. But then when you get onto the phone, the resolutions aren't right, you know. It just looks. Also, I think that's another thing is we gotta pay each other respects as well. Like to say, okay, no, you know what, I'm a musician. I'm not a graphic designer. You know, yes, we have to pay, but we can also get to a point where we work with each other, man. You know, we work with each other.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I was just telling the guys at the studio as well, the Make 11, not so long ago. They were going on about like, if you're an artist, you must be able to record yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, definitely. Like I can definitely record myself, but do I want to record myself when I am recording a song, and I'm in the vibes? There's alcohol here. There's a guy that I know can do that job.
Specifically there.
You know, the producer that's there for that. So it's not about I can't do it myself. Some things you must just leave it to the right person to do it. You know what I'm saying? And don't bombard yourself also. Allow yourself to work with other people. I used to when I recently started to record myself, I didn't enjoy it at all. Because I'm in the room, there's a mic here, it's PC here, it's me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pressing record. Okay. Oh, it doesn't sound right. I go back. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? I want energy. You know what I mean? Yes, I feed off energy. I think that's why I love collaboration so much, because I'm that person that feeds off energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I prefer just going out and just working with different artists all the time. Like there was a track that I dropped, Emma Gudeni, featuring Musicaholic and Ngobiyazo. People are like, why don't you have a verse on the song? I'm like, no. Sometimes you must. I was meant to just do the hook. And then what they did on the song, it make perfect sense. Like there's no need for me to be on a verse just because it's my song. So people need to understand that part as well. Sometimes it's just about working with other people. You don't have to always be the spotlight.
Exactly.
You know, we were shooting that video yesterday, Feeling, and as much as I'm taking ownership of the song, they were like, okay, but like, why shouldn't you be in the front? I'm like, dude, why? Just because it's my song.
You're winning. I'll tell you, with that mindset, you're gonna win big time. Well done.
And now, obviously, like you just said, you've come from a video shoot yesterday with absolutely exceptional artists from where I'm sitting. Like Mac 11, shout out, Dando, and everyone else that was there. You know, I think it's just what you guys are doing there is exactly what we're missing in the city. Like that movement again, you know, like a movement. Please don't break up, guys. That's the problem with Durban. Like we start something and then halfway, I don't know if it's egos, people, you know.
Egos.
It's egos, you know, people split up and everything. But before we wrap it up, obviously, we got to know about like musically, where we going with yourself. Ifili, you just shot that. I know you've got a major single after that as well, with a so-called beast, RSA.
In Unjandi. Yes. So there's like a lot. I think for the past year, I was on this mindset of saying, I'm gonna record. Past 2 years actually. Previous 2 years, not. So I was like in this thing, I want to record an album. So I recorded. I was in the studio. I was recording, boom, boom, boom. You know, featuring so many artists. I had like 22 tracks, I think. And then it just dawned on me not so long ago, because I even like Make 11, the studio in Make 11. I found that out like recently. I think it's been 5 months since I've been like just going there, like you know. But it just dawned on me, like, do I really want to do an album? Do I really want to create an album, or let me just build my fan base? Like, because my sound has changed so much from the Thuggy EP. to the song I did, Emagudeni, because that was also like done during COVID, where I just went back home emceeing her, and you know, I saw my grandparents, and then it kind of like just changed my whole sound. You know what I mean? Being back home during COVID, so I was like, you know what, these songs that I said I was gonna release as album, let me rather do a sequel, and keep working with other artists as well to try and find that perfect sound. Yeah, about the Casa Italiano sound. Yeah. Yes, the Casa Italiano sound that's gonna resonate with Ilogishi, because at the what you were saying, that you asked me like at the beginning of the podcast, Uguti, what was that break that you found when I went to Gogonga in school, and I found that when I was making music, I was making music in Ngesi cool. So when I went back home, like, and I was like, this is my song. But at school, you know what I mean? And as much as they wanted to support, but oh boy, it's hard. Why? Okay, all right. You know what I mean?
No, you know what? I've actually been the person saying that to someone. I'd be like, yo, bro, you know, you're African, bro. You know, have to rap in your native tongue. You know, it's like,
and
too much English.
I used to hate it when they say that to me, like, they don't appreciate my work. You know what I mean? But I'm not resonating with them, which is weird for them, because ngikulela nabo. You know what I mean? So I think the more time I spent home, that's when my sound changed. So I'm working with a lot of Umgababa 11. So when I found out about Umgababa 11, I was like, yo, you know what? Because so that's still hip hop. As much as the hip hop, we adopted it from Le, but
he's got definitely a Bantula twist to the hip hop.
There has to be, if you're from South Africa. Yeah, there's
facts.
no other way. The orchestra, what they're doing, you know what I mean? There has to be. So that had kind of changed my whole just game plan. So now I'm just releasing more singles, and if we're in studio and it sounds good, we're dropping it. You know what I mean? So there's no really set formula that I have right now, but I'm just going to be dropping a lot of music
straight up
every now and then, videos.
Because that is actually killing. It's killing the game right now, especially for hip hop. Everyone's complaining about Amapiano and this and that is taking over, but they're not really taking over. They're just doing their job. They're making music and they're releasing it. Hip hop artists are not doing that. They're just making music and trying to perfect everything. You cannot perfect anything when it comes to music. Music is a very spiritual thing. Sometimes people won't catch it now. As I said, like me, I'm a very new Kanye fan. Like, what's that album of his, the blue one, the navy blue one?
Ooh, Spotlight.
There's an album of his. I think it's called The Lord is King or something. I don't remember. But there's a very, like, one of the latest albums of his are the ones that actually got me to, oh damn, I like him. Even AKA, I started liking AKA because of Sweet Fire. He's always been there, but I only started liking him because of Sweet Fire. And that's not even his best track. That's what got me to go and listen to all the other stuff. But if he wasn't releasing, I would never have known. So that's what I feel like. I'm an artist in hip-hop especially making that grave mistake of, but I need to perfect it. Don't perfect it. Just record and release. Finish.
So Nelz, you know, we're about to wrap it up.
Wrapping it up,
you know, but
you're wrapping it up.
We gotta wrap it up because we gotta wrap it in the house. See what I did there?
Stick to podcasting, bro.
Get him a studio. Stick to podcasting.
How Bianca? Where's the support? You're supposed to be a team,
Yeah, I love you that much. I care about you that much.
To tell me the truth. But obviously, you know, there's. I know for a fact there's a lot coming. You know, from your side and your team. Working tirelessly behind the scenes. Can you just give us a little sneak peek as to what's coming in the future? Something that we can expect?
What do you mean? You want me to rap for you?
No, well, if you want to rap, I wasn't asking that. I was asking, like, do you have like any projects, any events that you're working on?
Yeah, definitely. We have events lined up. Like I said, I want to do my own events now, so I'm going to be doing a couple launches every now and then. I'm going to do some listening sessions as well, but nothing is like solidified right now in terms of dates. But yeah, definitely soon once we drop that Spitty track as well with the Beast. It's good. There's a lot. People just need to stay tuned on my socials, and that's where I'll be just blasting everything every now and then.
Yeah, so you heard it.
Sir.
Stay tuned to Nelz's socials. So Nelz, your parting words before you leave, what you got to say to your people?
My parting words are parting
words. We need to find like another word, huh?
Yeah. Parting words. But me, I can just say like to everyone that is gonna probably listen to the podcast, that is an aspiring artist as well, that wishes to either do a podcasting or whatever. It's just follow your dreams, and don't underestimate the hours that you need to put in. Like so many people don't want to educate themselves. I don't mean you have to go to school. You don't have to go to varsity, but just open a YouTube, read about what you want to do, watch a video about what you want to do, cultivate that talent. Because even an athlete, they go for training every day. So a lot of people are just like expecting it to just happen like that. I was telling my young cousins as well not so long ago, who said, I want to do this, but have you done this, and that to get to the next level? So just guys, musanu vilapa, and just go hard. Just go hard, and the world is your oyster, and there's enough for everyone to eat.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's it.
Yeah, guys, like that's dope. I enjoyed that.
I absolutely enjoyed
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I think from our side as the TMM team, we want to wish you nothing but the best. We love the humble factor, man. We love it, man.
Gosh, imagine being such a fly MC and just being so
humble,
down to
man.
earth, dog. Like that's so commendable.
Yeah, like we really, really enjoy that. And please, today for Abanye,
Yeah.
We spoke off air, but we're not gonna go into that.
Yeah.
But we really, really want to say thank you. We wish you nothing but the best. We're rooting for you.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I wish you guys nothing but the best as well, and continuing and Bella having platforms like this where you are talking about heart issues, just when I'm not here. Yeah, but talk about these things that that the streets need to hear, that they're not going to hear on radio.
For sure.
I'm so happy. Episode 1, season 4 in the bag.
In the bag.
Thank you.
Shout out. See you on the next one. Dope.